If young Metro don't trust you, I'm gonna shoot you.
Beautiful morning, yeah, the sun in my.
What's up, guys? It's the Saints Hub back with another video. I'm just gonna say it right now, not in the best mood. All because Sean Payne went on, I think it's called Get Up, and basically said this is Drew's last year, and I knew it was coming, but it's just hard to hear. I've been a fan of the Saints since I was like 6, 8 years old. He's been my quarterback ever since. He's been a role model. If you guys want to see me make a video on what Drew Brees means to me, let me know down in the comments. I was advised not to, so that was why I haven't, but if you guys want to see it, let me know. But as it says in the title, this is a full mock draft made by me. It's going to feature 2 mock drafts and my dream scenarios for the New Orleans Saints in 2020 draft. So, my first draft will be right now. In the first round, I have the New Orleans Saints taking linebacker Patrick Queen. Patrick Queen, I've talked about in my last video. That blew the hell up. Thank you guys for that, by the way. Hyper-athletic linebacker. Easily drawing comparisons to Deion Jones. I almost said Deion Sanders. Very good. LSU, I valued Kenneth Murray a little more, but I said I'd be fine with Patrick Queen. I think he's really good. He's a playmaker. Had a lot of great stats at LSU and did it in a short period of time. Has championship experience, winning the national championship with LSU. Once again, we struggle with that, and if we need to get him his final ring for his final year, I want a guy who's been in the grand stage. I like Patrick Queen. I like what he can bring to the table. Very happy with this pick. Round number 3, I see us drafting another UCF receiver. I believe. I didn't write down the college, but Gabriel Davis. Holy crap, I never heard of this guy. I fucking love this kid. Wide receiver, I believe 6'2". Had like 1,200 receiving yards, 14 touchdowns on 72 receptions. You know me, I'm a stat guy. I love to see the stats put up. He had a pretty good combine. I think he had a 6 something. I'm a little unprepared this video. I love this kid though. He's fast. I love everything about Gabriel Davis. I think he can be a great addition to the team. I think honestly he could come in and maybe give Traquan a run for his money at wide receiver 3. I think once Emmanuel Sanders retires, we'll be in a good place to have him step in the wide receiver 2 role if he does what he did in college. And round number 4, I have us taking a cornerback, Josiah Scott. I, once again, never heard of this kid. I fucking love him. 5'10", a little on the shorter side for me, but he is a playmaker. 3 picks, 1 forced fumble, 7 pass deflections in college. Love the kid. I think he had around somewhere in the 6s for combine grade as well. I think Josiah Scott is someone that can come in eventually, be a nice depth piece this year and for maybe the first couple years. And if someone walks next year or something, I think he can come in and definitely take on a starting role eventually in his career. I don't see him now, but it is the 4th round. That's kind of what we're getting out of him. But I actually really like Josiah Scott. We did really well last year in the 4th round, so don't give up on 4th round picks because now one of our 4th round picks is going to be a baller next season. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson will be my breakout player to watch. And for the 5th round, I know Sean Payton said he has us taking Taysom Hill as our starter for the future. But I have us taking quarterback Cole McDonald. I think I don't remember where he's out of. He's all right. He's nothing too crazy. It's just I think we draft a quarterback to give us our money's worth or to have more young pieces. And with our 6th round pick, I have us taking a safety since it's not a super need, but we definitely need some depth there. And I have us taking J.R. Reed. Reed is solid. Had a little bit of a low combine grade, but for the 6th round, it's a pretty good steal. Not much to say about him, but he's all right. And that's the first mock draft. Queen, Gabriel Davis, Josiah Scott, Cole McDonald, J.R. Reed. That's my first mock draft. Round 1, Kenneth Murray. I love Kenneth Murray. I think he will be a starter this year if we sign him. I think he will wreak havoc on the NFL. That's basically all I have to say. If you want to hear my analysis on those two linebackers, go to my last video. There's just not much more I can say about them. I think they're both big ballers, and yeah. Number 3, I have taking a corner in Troy Pride Jr. There's some concern about the cornerback position. I have concern about Janoris Jenkins because, yeah, he balled out in his 4 games with New Orleans, but has really struggled in his entire career. So it really scares me to give him that cornerback 2 role. I don't not like him. He's iffy with me right now. And I think Troy Pride Jr. is a very good corner, and I think he would be a solid depth piece and maybe a starter in 1 to 2 years. Round 4, I have us taking KJ Hill. Once again, we need to address that wide receiver position. I know it's a little late, but we have already taken a Ohio State wide receiver, and that worked out insane for us. His stats aren't the greatest, I won't lie. 600 just or something receiving yards. But the thing that he stands out with is 10 touchdowns, and that's pretty good. I mean, I always love a red zone threat to add to the team. Definitely someone that could give Traquan a run for his money. Could be our wide receiver 4. I could see him. He'll have receptions this year if we draft him. Maybe 20. I don't know. But I definitely see him developing it into something. I don't know how good he'll be. I will be completely honest. I don't see him developing it into Michael Thomas or some star. But all I'm looking for is a solid 2 or 3 that can go out and get 800 receiving yards a season. And for the 5th round, I have us taking a safety, Anton Brooks Jr. out of Maryland. Brooks Jr., he would fall in this scenario, I believe, in my opinion. I see him going in the 4th round. But safety out of Maryland, really athletic, pretty good. Don't know a lot about him, I'll be honest. I just kind of briefly looked over his stats. But I think we do need safety help. Depth, more to say, and I think a 5th round pick on a safety would be good. Number 6, Colorado's quarterback Steven Montez. It's just once again drafting a quarterback because we have to at some point because of, we got to have someone unless we sign someone. But yeah, Steven Montez, he's not anything special, but he's someone, and Tom Brady was his once again. I think there's aspects of his game you can like, but I don't see him starting, or maybe he will. I don't know. I just see us taking a quarterback. It's not like I like these guys. It's just what I see us doing. Now, the next scenario is what I like the most. This is my dream scenario, and it will involve a trade, so listen closely when I say all of this. Round 1. Nothing changes. Kenneth Murray. Big baller. We need him on the squad. And then here's what I have us doing to address the quarterback position of the future. We are going to trade to the 2nd round. We either trade a future 2nd, our 4th, and a 6th to the Miami Dolphins, who have the 58th pick. They already own a 2nd round pick, like 2 2nd round picks, so they would be okay with giving one up, and they get future draft capital. So they're either our future 2nd, a 4th, and a 6th. I don't know how much I see them doing this because, they have to think about the future. But I could see them doing it because what team doesn't love future draft capital and they're still getting a 4th and a 6th? Or trade our 3rd, our 4th, and a future 7th for the 58th pick. This way they get a 3rd this year, a 4th this year, and a future pick next year. I see these happening. And with that pick, we draft quarterback out of Oklahoma, Jalen Hurts. I love Jalen Hurts. I don't know why he's so slept on. I could definitely see him fall. I definitely think we might be reaching a little bit, but if we need to get the quarterback of the future, I'm fine with reaching a little bit. I'm a big Jalen Hurts fan. I think he's got a cannon. I think he's mobile. I think he's kind of that future mold of the NFL dual threat quarterbacks. I'm a huge Jalen Hurts fan. If we value Taysom Hill's versatility and dual threatness. That's why we get Jalen Hurts, because he's an actual quarterback. And if we keep the third, we do the first trade where we trade a future second, fourth, sixth. If we keep our third, I want us to draft Gabriel Davis or Van Jefferson. I already talked about Davis, but Van Jefferson is a receiver out of Florida. Didn't have the best stats, but dude is a baller. Just look at his combine grade. I believe he had a 6.29. I like the kid a lot, and you know me, if you have bad stats, that usually doesn't carry over very well for you, but I still fell in love with him. In all these trades, we don't trade our fifth, and with our fifth, I have us drafting cornerback Josiah Scott. Talked about him earlier. I think he's a big playmaker. Could definitely come in at some point and make an impact on this team. And for our sixth pick, since we're trading a lot of future draft capital, I would like us to trade our sixth-round pick for a future fifth. That way we get some draft capital back after trading a shit ton of it to get our quarterback of the future. In this scenario, Murray, Jalen Hurts, Gabriel Davis or Van Jefferson if we don't trade the third round, Josiah Scott, and trade our sixth for a future fifth. Let me know which scenario you guys like the most. The first one with Patrick Queen, the second one with Kenneth Murray, and the third one, which is my dream scenario, where we draft Kenneth Murray and Jalen Hurts, our quarterback of the future. Let me know if you guys want me to do a part 2. Let me know if you guys want me to do what Drew Brees means to me. And yeah, that's really it. Like, sub, comment, do whatever that jazz does, and I'll see you guys later.
I've been up all night, sweating in my dreams. Come and rescue me. I had way too much in my head.